is new. Not, what is it called? Dust cover. I don't know. I don't know what this is called. But hang on. Very carefully. Bunk. Oh, okay. I'm gonna filter this out. I'm gonna put a compressor over it. I'm always doing that, and I'm gonna, I got better with that. But now I can do this. I can do the brain massage sound, and I can come really close without the mic picking up, getting peaks from the air, That's good. Now the next thing I want to fix is like the glare in my glasses that I don't know, but look, if I turn this off, it's worse. Turn it on again. No, it's weird. I don't know how to, I have to be further away from the monitors, I guess. Anyway, this is shaping up to be a very professional joint. And this is my favorite. I like these brain massage things. It's kind of, you can't see it because of the field of, I can't, if I put the camera down, you don't see me anymore. But the mic is right under. Anyway, you don't need to see it. Who cares about the microphone, right? Anyway, I wanted to talk about cooking today, because I was just, by the way, today I slept well, so I'm hyperactive again, basically. And that's why the last 2 days I only uploaded one video. I'm probably gonna figure it out as I go along how much I'm gonna upload. I think 1 or 2 videos a day is plenty, and it may get lower than this depending on, maybe some days I'm gonna just not upload something, but the next day a video that's half an hour long or so. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the flow, go with the flow. And that's what I did in cooking today, Sorry. I went with the flow. I think cooking is sort of, it's also a very creative process. And I started out learning to cook by, following like strict guide cooking books, basically, and like really, very exact amounts of ingredients. I was weighing all of that stuff exactly, like it was described in a book. But that was just because I was unsure of myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I think that's it's not fair. It's not a fair comparison, but I'm thinking of the, I'm leaning against it. I'm thinking of the, scientific process again, and it's a great process, and it's, it helps, of course, but there's something about that sort of, everything has to be calculated, and I don't think that's all there is to acquire knowledge, or to get something right. We talked about this. Yeah, I remember there was this one episode with, I think it was some sort of special, with that cooking guy that screams at his peers. What's his name? You know what I mean? The show. Something with, what's his name? Not, James Gordon. amazing. This was one of his favorite dishes. I don't remember what it was called. But he traveled there, and they made it for him, and while they made it, he just wanted to, oh, okay, I gotta take notes. What's this? How much of that? What? And they were so, after a while, they were really annoyed. Like, I mean, they were nice to him, but, they thought, like, we don't cook like that here. We just, I'm gonna put as much of this into the bowl, as much as what it feels like today. Just how I'm gonna put a little bit of that, it's gonna probably taste a bit different tomorrow, but it's gonna be equally amazing in a way. I think that's very beautiful and very true. I mean, when you think about it, these measurements in cooking, like, let's say, put this much paprika in and this much paprika powder and blah blah blah. But then every paprika is a little different by nature, right? They're not all the same size, and perhaps depending on which ground they were brought up on, or in which season they were, whatever. There are a bunch of variables that probably dictate a lot of or not, like, influence the taste of the paprika. So, you really can't make a strict rule. And the sort of mastery that this, in this TV special that he loved so much in that dish, I think that came out of this, oh, well, I have these ingredients and I'm gonna use them how it's difficult to explain, it's difficult to grasp. But yeah, like today when I was cooking, it was like a feeling thing. Like, I knew generally, I had a plan what I was doing, I made pasta, but I made like a really good sauce, like a meat, a tomato thing, with carrots and paprika and a bunch of what's that called? A bunch of herbs. No, almost though. You know what I mean? Spices. Yeah, spices. So yeah, and while I was, doing all of the mixing stuff, the dish, because I did it out of, I smelled what smells right. I was experimenting a lot. But for example, I was feeling a little bit annoyed with something. Doesn't matter what it was. It's not a big deal. But I found myself putting more pepper in there than usual. Interesting, because it was a bit, I felt like, I felt pepperish, like a fiery, a bit spicy. I felt spicy. I woke up and felt great, but, I thought about something that made me feel spicy. And then I spiced up the food, but, it's probably too hot for some. Or, it's not. Actually, what I did this time, what I tried was I put the pepper in ungrounded. That's a trick. That's a good trick, by the way. But I found you have to put that stuff in very early in the cooking process. Like, I put it in with the meat. And then it's not a problem. Then you don't, when you bite on a pepper that has been cooked long enough, it's not, its flavor went into the sauce, or whatever you're cooking. But I put some later in, just to, spice it up a little more, because I felt like that. But that was a bit of a mistake. That was, those were a bit annoying, but it will go away overnight. I made plenty. Anyway, that's a good tip. Ungrounded pepper, way better. Of course, you can't do it in everything, but if you really can't do it for a certain dish, you probably don't need it, because you lose so much of there's a special process going on while the peppercorn is cooked, and when it's grounded and broken up, you don't get that much out of it. It sort of evaporates in a way, there's not so much taste left. I learned that. And I also put in I have to Google what that's called. There's no chance I'm gonna find that out, naturally now. Hang on. The renders. Yeah. I wanted to say the bark of Parmesan, but the renders, at the edge of the Parmesan, there's this thing you can't eat because it's too hard. If that is called the renders, you know what? I'm not sure. Google sometimes gives you stupid translations. But yeah, if you cut that up, and put a small piece inside of the sauce, it's great. You have to fish it out later, because then it's sort of, it's cooked through. It's not meant to be eaten. But that gives everything like this creamy, slight Parmesan tint. That worked very well. And with stuff like that, the sauce gets way better tomorrow. Probably, I'm gonna look forward how it tastes tomorrow. Because all of the spices, are permeating throughout the whole thing overnight, and with every, you can't warm it up too often because you cook everything out basically. That's what this. You have to be careful about that, but yeah. This is really good. Yeah, step by step. Yeah, the next thing is the arm, and then probably I gotta figure a small camera upgrade just with a slightly bigger field of view. I feel I kind of want you to see the microphone. I don't know why. It's probably just because I see it in all of the other ASMR videos, but I don't think it's necessary. And sometimes it's so weird. Sometimes it's just the microphone. I don't know. It depends, of course. If you make a video just about triggers, of course we don't really need to see you. Of course, I get that. But even if in some rambles I saw that they basically you weren't seeing them. They were cut up here. You just could see. I can't even do that. I don't know, because they want to be anonymous, I guess. But why? I don't get it. Why would you be? Why would you want to be anonymous? I don't get it. Just so show your true self. You don't have to be afraid of that. Yeah. This is what I'm doing basically. I am really. Don't laugh. I'm really actually showing a lot of myself. I'm hiding under this beard. I'm aware of that, but this is part of my true self. It's just, I get it. It's sort of like makeup. A friend of mine said that the beard of a man is the makeup, or a beard is the makeup of a man. We all do it. We're all a bit, uncertain. And we want to measure everything, but yeah, just going with the flow and feeling it out. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, be anonymous, I get it. But be honest, really, be your true self, basically. Whatever, you get the idea. Anyway, cooking is fun. Cooking is really fun. You should try it, and it's pretty fast, when you start out. I get that, I feel that too, oh my god, I have to cut all the things up and, boil this, blah blah blah. But when you do it, it's actually surprising how fast it can be done, or how fast it feels. It doesn't feel like, I've probably cooked an hour, I'm gonna be fair. I could have probably made it in half an hour. But I just felt like, putting on some music or a podcast or whatever, or some ASMR rambles, and just, yeah. Try it. And it's so much cheaper, I spent $30 process. If you put a lot of stuff in there that was, brought up with glyphosate and stuff, it's so tough to evade.